Hey friends, welcome to The Simple Good. This is it, the fifth anchor, the anchor of generosity. I believe in the hardest moments of life, your true self will be revealed. It's one thing to be generous when everything is going right. It's another thing to be generous when everything seems to be going wrong. And yet it's the power of generosity that will absolutely transform you and your community. In human history, when people are generous, life tends to flourish. When people are selfish, life tends to go astray. We always have a choice each and every day to set ourselves on a life of generosity or to set ourselves on building our own personal empires. And I believe the most significant thing we can do, the best way that we can live our lives is to always choose generosity. Matter of fact, science will tell us the most generous people are happy. The people who are making a difference in the world feel the best about themselves. There's a power in generosity that I believe is rooted in Scripture, because at the end of the day, we were all created in God's image. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son. The power of the teaching is simple. Generosity wins. There are so many ways to be generous. In the midst of this crisis, I've called up multiple friends, some that I know well, some that I don't know well. And I would say something, hey, I need some advice right now. Can you help me figure out this problem? And many of those friends said, yes, I can. In other words, they extended generosity so that way they could mentor and teach me how to overcome certain things we're dealing with and help one out in the midst of a crisis. That's the power of generosity. And because of them, Help One Now is going to flourish, and it's going to do a lot better because they gave away something valuable to help me lead the organization better. There are so many ways that we can be generous, but I always say this, we don't make a difference by accident. So my encouragement to you as we finish off these 5 anchors is let generosity be one of those anchors that for the rest of your life, in the midst of the hardest moments and in the midst of the best moments, that you will live a life fully dedicated to being generous. And not only will you live a life fully dedicated to be generous, but you will help others around you also be generous. Then imagine all the good that we can do, all the creativity, all the innovation, all the problem solving, all the struggles that we can overcome, not alone, but together. Because you have something I don't have, and I have something you don't have, but if we share that with each other, we become better. And this can become an anchor, not only for my life, but for our lives. And not only for our community, but for the rest of the world.